Alright, well, looks like Autumn's having trouble with her mic. So I'm gonna start us off. Welcome to the what round is this? I think round 2. This is ronaldrage and benchjuice. Both very experienced runners of this category, 90%. No major glitches. Looks like bench started quite a bit earlier than Ronald, but I'm sure they'll fix that soon. So yeah, let's see. We're just kind of waiting for Autumn to be done fixing her mic here, but yeah. So, oh. Looks like we're synced up here. Oh. Oh, okay. Alright, so Ronald's going up to get missiles. And the missiles are going to give us access to the rest of the station. Missiles do damage, in case you didn't know. We're playing on the Japanese version, because the Japanese version is like a lot faster. What else? Adam's basically telling us to, or Samus is talking about Adam right now, about how he reminds her of her gruff commanding officer by the same name. And so she's naming the computer after him. And we just got missiles. Yay. Okay. So we're now going to Arachnus. Now Arachnus is one of the first major RNG points in this game. Doubly so because of the Idor, and also the fact that he can give us rolls or any other like attack pattern. He's just very stupid, and he doesn't like to cooperate. And we're gonna see both of these two going for doubles, which is lining up missiles on the same frame to hit the vulnerable hurt box of the. Oh, looks like. Oh, I don't think Ronald's going for doubles. Oh no, he got him. No beams. That's just about as good as you can. It looks like Bench is getting some beams, but yeah, both of them are getting here just about as fast as you want, generally, on a good run. Alright, Ronald's getting a roll. Just about. Oh, Bench is struggling here. I think Bench ran out of missiles. I wasn't watching his screen, but and he backs it up pretty well. Just about a textbook fight from Ronald. You kind of just want to shoot missiles into Arachnus and then double the core. It's very, very simple. So we're heading back through main deck on the way to Sector 1. Sector 1 has some very similarly annoying RNG with some of the stabilizers and the second of two Idors that we have to kill with missiles because we don't have Charge Beam. Alright, looks like Ronald's picking up this missile. Some of us will opt to skip this missile because it's very slow. But recently we've found that, I don't know if Ronald's getting 50 or Bench is getting 50, but we found that 50 missiles saves a lot of time on some of the later boss fights, notably Notori, and depending on your playstyle, it can save time in Yakuza as well. It was the spider boss in the reactor silo who gives us space jump. Like...
Bad news, everybody. I can actually see the stream now.
Hello.
So apparently I've missed Bench doing some cooking.
Now, Bench had a interesting Arachnus fight. So, looks like we're kind of on equal footing right now, as far as I can tell. But I have full confidence that Bench won't pull ahead with time. But the early game is pretty volatile. They can even experienced runners can get tripped up and lose lots of time.
Indeed, at least for once in my life, I have an excuse for losing count of the I-beams. Because I couldn't see them.
Yeah. I think Bench got 2 or 1, and Ronald got 0 so far. So,
classic Ronald getting carried.
Yeah. So Bench just got that E-Tank. That E-Tank isn't a super standard part of the route. I assume Bench is getting it to do a alternate version of the SAX skip.
That would be my thought as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So normally we jump over SAX, but with extra health you can actually tank it. Tank its Ice Beam and Super Missile and walk right through it.
Yeah, it's always a smart idea to get a safety for a race setting as well, because if you die there, that's about 17 minutes that you're giving up.
Unless you save. But no one wants to save.
In my speedrun?
No.
What's that?
I would never do such a thing. So luckily both of nice climb from Bench. That's a hard strat.
Very, very clean.
So it looks like we're both getting to Charge Beam with relatively no issues.
And it looks like runners both getting here with plenty of missiles, don't have to worry about anything here. And Bench getting great RNG and the first through the door, barely. But we have got the sync here.
Mm-hmm. You know, something similar happened to me with my race with Dark Spy the other day, where I was much further ahead of him at Charge Beam, but because the Idor RNG was so bad, he caught up and we were pretty much syncs.
Also, can I just say that might be the most scuffed sweet spot I've ever seen from Bench there? Now let's see if our runners are able to clear the true boss of Sector 1, making sure to get stabilizer number 5. We have seen it be forgotten at 1 point in the tournament already. And now we have our runners making their way out of Sector 1. We're gonna go see if anyone can make up some time in their tech smashing. Of course, I don't need to tell anyone here that Fusion, you can't just mash through the text, but you have to hold down a button to advance the text and then dismiss the text and repress the button as quickly as possible at the right time when it allows you to move forward.
It's worth noting that the text can be a little finicky because the inputs for releasing and advancing the text cannot overlap at any point. So it's really awkward. You have to learn the timing like really well to have good text. It's not as simple as just pressing down and A or A and B whenever you see that the text rolling.
The other option you have, of course, is to not get good at text and then blame that for every bit of time loss you ever have.
True. But I think text is a really unspoken skill in this game. Good text is really, really impressive. Shoutouts to Mike.
Okay, and now we are going into Sector 2, and this is where early on in runners' careers, a lot of runs go to die. I don't think we're going to have any problems with runners of this caliber here. But everything in Sector 2 starts to hit like a truck, and the game doesn't stop from there. Both of our runners very clean through this lobby. And it looks like Bench is slightly catching up here.
Yeah, Bench got the that R shot strat. Oh, is he going? Oh, we got it 2 times. So that R shot is a backup for the bad pattern. So the Zoros can either move up or down. And when the Zora's moving up, you want to go underneath it and kill it so you can wall jump. But there's a faster option, which is diagonally R-shotting, which is releasing your charge shot by selecting or by priming missiles, which is a lot faster than stopping to shoot it underneath it. But it is very, very difficult. And the fact that he got not 1, but 2 of those R-shots is very impressive. Oh, and Ronald got that frame-perfect jump, too.
I never realized that jump was frame-perfect. No wonder I miss it so much.
Oh yeah, it is. It's not even that much faster.
No, but that jump going into the bomb stator room is one of the most satisfying jumps to pull off, I find.
Yeah. But a beautiful display of talent from both of these two.
Yeah, also nice door fix entering the Zora zigzag. Of course, door fix is becoming an increasingly relevant part of the Metroid Fusion meta. Jumping to align yourself with the door transition to make it take less time to line up, so to let you into the next room more quickly. And we are rapidly approaching a nice RNG gauntlet going into Zazabi. So let's see who's going to get carried here.
Ronald.
Always Ronald. I'm disappointed neither runner went for the ouch missile. Both runners choosing to pick up the safety E-tank going into Zazabi. Ronald
No
the first
beans.
through the door.
Alright, I'm thinking minimum jumps from Zazabi. Yep.
So far off to a good start. 1, 2, 3.
It's a 6 jump for Ronald, I believe. Yep.
So far we've got 5 jumps for bench. So both runners getting above average RNG here. And clean core X, especially on bench's side. I blinked and I missed Ronald's.
Yeah, Ronald's fight was textbook.
Now everyone just will Ronald to do the SAX skip, you coward.
Hold your breath.
I like to encourage runners to make bad decisions because it's excellent content.
And so bench is definitely gonna pull ahead here, being able to do the SAX skip and Ronald opting out of it. That will give bench a 6-second lead here, roughly.
Yeah, and that 6 seconds mostly offsets the time to pick up the E-tank, as well as giving a little bit of extra energy for safety, which is something that you always like to have in a race setting. In actual high-end PB attempts, a lot of times you'll see runners just taking 1 or 2 energy tank, whereas in the tournament we've seen runners going up as high as 5 or 6.
I wonder if bench will go for the box quick kill. I don't know if he does it or not, but I mean it would be a smart idea because if he knows how to do it, he has plenty of energy.
I'm still disappointed that I've never been able to get anyone to start calling it the tackle box strat.
I've never heard that.
That's because I'm the only person in the world who says it, because it's dumb.
Is it because you're tackling it?
Yeah, I guess more it's tackling you, so I'm not sure it works that well.
I like to think of it as giving box a big deadly hug. Because we're hug boxing in this speedrun.
But before we do that, we have to go into Sector 4, which is the weird sector that I, for some reason, have never seen a boss in. Others have said that there is a boss here.
You know, the map says there's a boss, but when you go there, there's no boss. What gives?
Yeah, it's just a fish tank. Bench clean with just 1 shot, or 1 jump extend to make it over to the platform.
Oh, bench
Ronald caught on
missed
his
that
heel.
bomb. I don't think I've ever seen anyone miss that bomb like that.
And Sector 4 has some of the most satisfying movement.
Yeah.
In that, when you're first starting off, you won't do a lot of the optimizations, but there are so many things like that falling, morphing, or shoot a missile into morphing to delay just long enough to let you catch up to it to open the door a little bit faster and let you be already rolling through the door.
Yes, the speed segment is easily my favorite in the game, just because of how much excellent gymnast room from bench.
Yeah. Ronald, unfortunately, taking a little bit of a fall, but able to get through before the crumble blocks reformed. All things considered, not the worst gymnast room.
Definitely not. It could easily go worse than that.
And this Ghidorah is really frustrating, especially if you get here on low energy, because you can't dodge it very effectively.
It is possible to dodge it, but you have to be, like, very far away from it. And when you're in a speedrun, like, you don't want to be far away from the door, because you can't open it very fast if you're far away from it.
And coming into Ceres, Ceres has 4 relevant patterns that our runners are prepared for, and Bench just getting the snipe as it comes up in the middle. That is fantastic. A lot of runners will wait for it to do the first half of the pattern so that they know where it'll be for the second, but if you can react quickly, you can take it out before it comes up. Oh, and Ronald's waiting for it to go across, but catching it on the way up as well from the second half of the medium pattern. Good doubles, missing the sweet spot though, but both of our runners can now go fast.
At least we didn't see any 3 rounds. Or no one fell in the drink. That's what we want to avoid. What a snipe from Bench. That crab stood no chance.
And our runners making their way back through Sector 4 yet again. As now that we have Speed Booster, we can go and use the pump control to lower the spicy water. In the past, runners used to Shine Spark all the way out of that room and then have to run back to build up speed here to prepare for a low height, but then we realized the diagonal spark there, letting you out more quickly. Bench getting the low height, you love to see it.
Very good jump at the door. So that crab sucks, because it's based on
even having speed here.
That golden crab can suck, and we saw Bench get an example of it. We'll see if Ronald gets bad RNG here. Or good RNG, preferably. No, that's about average. That crab is based on, like, as far as I know, at least 2 different RNG things, and then also how fast you kill the crab, because of the way, like, the game wants to put the X when it respawns. So sometimes you can just get, like, the X orbiting the spawn for multiple seconds.
Yeah,
the game doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, and the X in the game are all just trying to basically orbit and chase a moving invisible dot. Also, that golden crab is kind of the most pointless enemy in the game. Like, where does it come from? Why is it only there once?
There's actually golden crabs in, oh, wait, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like, they're golden crabs, but that one in particular, it's just there to slow you down for a moment.
Isn't that what every enemy in every video game is, though? Just a minor inconvenience to speedrunners.
I guess, is that the intended tutorial to show you how sometimes you need to kill an enemy to put another enemy somewhere that you need?
Maybe.
Why am I trying to think about fusion game design? Bench clean entry into the level 2 security room. Okay, let's see if Bench can get the shine break.
Excellent.
Let's go. Saving a second here and getting extra swag points. That's frame perfect to store that shine spark, and then you have just enough time to run over and spark up. Everybody say hi to Bob.
Hi, Bob. The funny thing about all these tricks is that a lot of them don't really save that much time for how difficult they are to execute. Like you said, the shine break is about a 1 second time save.
Yeah,
but
one of the appealing things about Fusion is that, as a speed game, is that it's very much a fundamentals-based game, and we have the small tricks that can really add up, but a lot of it is just cleaning up your movement and making sure that you're going through everywhere quickly, because we don't have a lot of crazy momentum-based stuff or anything else to...
Also, a nice data spark from Bench.
Ron's stopping just a little bit too early.
Ooh.
And it looks like Bench is going for the quick kill and getting the 2-round.
Extremely
that is
clean.
the best time save.
Mm-hmm.
Bench showing us why they're one of the best in the business at this game.
Very true. I mean, even that box fight. The box fight only saves 3 seconds when you do it like that. I think... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's...
Having to back it up to the classic box fight. The name of the game at this point is to try to kill box as far to the right as possible. Ron, fortunately, able to dispose of it before it can move left. Because you have to wait for box to move to the right before it will go off screen and let you out of the room. Which is one of the reasons why we try to do that quick kill and damage boost inside of box so that we can shoot it more times before it closes up.
But I think Sector 3 is definitely an excellent display of how Fusion is the type of speed game where, like you said, it's very fundamentals based, and it's very easy to pick up, but there are just so many finer details that give it such a high skill ceiling. There's just so many strats in these rooms.
Absolutely, and another good thing about that fundamental is that really gets a lot of runners hooked is when you first start out, you see a lot of very rapid improvement because you're just cleaning up your movement and it's paying dividends all through the run. Because really fundamentals and knowing how to take care of bosses are the two biggest things, and then once you start getting down into the sub 120 range and especially the sub 115 range, that's where you really start to have to add all of the micro optimizations to push yourself just a little bit faster. I still always find it funny that I came over to speedrunning after getting my start in Rando, and when I first started running the game, I didn't think this was a very RNG heavy game.
Yeah, I miss when I didn't have a sub 120 and RNG didn't matter. So enough about us. We have to avoid these blue X's because they hurt they hit like a truck. I think they do 60 damage, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it's 69 damage that they do.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see a death here, but it's more common than you might think.
Bench, nice placement on that Shine Spark to catch the second slope. Picking up the free E-Tank. As we use the time for the fanfare for the E-Tank to let the bomb go off to let us through the room. And we're going to our second stack skip. There are a few different ways of doing this with various amounts of timing, so let's see what Bench is going to go for. Alright, Bench going for the safe version of the SAX escape. I mean, what SAX? There was music playing, but I really didn't see it after a bit.
zero beams for bench.
Ron coming up on the SAX skip. Ron also going for the safe version. And bench onto the Mega Core, very clean. This is definitely a fight that if you get your positioning off at all on the first phase, it can get out of hand trying to corral it to where you want it to go very quickly. Only vulnerable to charge beam, and basically we want to damage boost inside of it so that we can hit it with both particles of the charge beam as well as the charge flare for maximum damage. When done right, only takes 4 hits.
Bench's fight was very clean, by the way. Like,
Ron got a little off
just
script,
about
but it moved in a really nice direction for him.
Mm-hmm.
No sweet spot, so we have to wait for the timer on the Core X to allow Ron to pick up his very visually appealing Varia suit.
Mustard suit. So 6 escape is another big RNG point, simply because there are so many enemies that have RNG dependent patterns. So these caterpillars and notably the puffers, they're actually called bowls, but we call them buffers because they puff purple smoke in your face that hurts, especially when you kill them. That's the worst part, is when, even if you kill them, they still hit you.
Yeah, and there are a couple of these rooms that there's just no real good way to do them.
Mm-hmm. But Ronald's getting up there pretty good, so you love to see it. Alright, looks like Ronald is opting for 6 missile. I don't know if he's getting double yellows. But that's another thing we've neglected to mention so far is double yellows. I touched on the missile routing earlier, but missile routing has changed quite a bit as of late. And by as of late, I mean like within the past like year and a half, but before, the missile route was fairly standard, but I mean, starting around, like, I want to say 2022, a lot of new runners came along, and we optimized the game quite a bit, so you see just about everyone do a different missile route.
Yeah, I remember when the big change in tech was going from picking up the elevator missiles to picking up the ones in the Sector 6 entry, and now I don't even know what the accepted missile route is at this point because I'm kind of washed. And just like the new meta has been a lot of runners going for 50 missiles to make it easier to get a mostly optimal fight against Nettery, as opposed to the actual optimal strats having 45 missiles but requiring much more precise timing with some charge shots.
45, I believe, is still technically faster, but the Notori time save is just absolutely nuts with 50.
Yeah, 45 is faster if you don't cost yourself all of that time save with lacking execution.
50 also makes Yakuza and Nightmare a lot comfier, especially the Nightmare quick kill. Because with an extra 5 missiles, you definitely don't run the risk of running out.
Now our runner's in the coolest sector in the game, Sector 5. And we'll see a few loops going through here, enough so that every now and then someone will get tripped up and forget which time going through the sector they're on. Lose a little bit of time there. And wow, Bench with a phenomenal climb coming out of the yellow locks.
Also, thankfully, we saw no waiver scams. You never want to see waiver scams.
As a reward for a great climb, Bench has now downgraded to ice missiles, which do a little more damage but prevent us from being able to use missiles to take out enemies in one shot. Clean drop through the rippers.
I mean, I would argue that ice missiles are an upgrade. They're definitely more of a utility upgrade. Because we already have enough raw power with the charge beam.
True, but I just really like missiling through things with supers, to be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more satisfying. Especially with the crunchy sound effects.
Now Ron picking up his ice missiles. Nice snipe on the way down with Bench. It looks like Bench is going to pick up the missiles in double yellows. Which actually, until this conversation, I didn't realize that was one that has been getting routed in.
It's a lot faster than you might think, especially when you pick it up that way.
Yeah, I think I've just been looking away for every race I've watched in this tournament and not noticed that everyone picks those up now.
The main thing
very clean.
Yeah, that was just about perfect. The main thing with missiles is you want to avoid screen transitions, and the double yellows missiles are very fast in that regard, because they're literally right there. As opposed to main deck missiles and 6 missile, which are... one of them is RNG dependent, and the other is like... they're both through screen transitions and quite far away from where you enter the room.
Yeah, and chat is informing me that we are in fact having an emergency in Franker Z. So let's get those doggos in chat here, and everybody give us a guess as to what the finish time for emergency is going to be for our runners.
You know what? I think Samus has probably seen or been through this emergency so many times, she's so desensitized to it. It's just another Tuesday in the office for her.
I'm gonna say a 435 per bench. And I think Ron's gonna get some rough RNG and get like a 428.
No, we're definitely going to see the hopper get in the way, and then we're going to shoot a blank into the door.
Yeah, I think Bench getting a little trolled in the Namihe maze, already making my guess not look very likely.
I should elaborate that that Idor is kind of annoying sometimes because of the way the hoppers are. Because sometimes the hoppers will just... because like, you're waiting for the Idor to open.
Miss at least one double.
Oh!
Bench
right
gonna have to farm here, able to get a green X.
Luckily
Recovers it, and that'll be, I think, a 425.
Yeah. Luckily we were only one missile away, but... still a pretty sizable loss of time.
Now, if Ron manages a 432, I'm gonna have to laugh at Dark Spy for getting guesses backward in chat.
Oh, missing the hopper. Ron will go around. What are you doing? Oh. So, yeah.
That hopper was what I was... a backup
of
sorts.
But yeah, that room can be really annoying because of the hoppers. Especially the top one. If you're waiting for the door, it might just run into you and you'll have to deal with the hopper. And then of course when you're turned around, trying to get rid of the hopper, the door will open. And then, you know, you might not be prepared and you might shoot a blank into it or do something funky.
And Ron pulling out a 426 just to deny Dark Spy the prediction.
Very good climb from bench. That is a very satisfying room to do well.
I imagine so.
Yeah. Alright, we're entering everyone's favorite part of the game, the backtracking segment, where we take... How many elevator rides is it? Is it like 6?
I don't know, I lost count at 35.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Taking a dip into the lava, but...
Yeah, it is 6 elevator rides.
Mm-hmm.
I had to actually give that some thought.
Yeah. And not only
I
that,
like to
we
say
have
that this segment is revenge against the Super Metroid speedrunning community for all the times they've killed the animals.
Mm-hmm.
So the animals put the whole segment in just to waste our time in Fusion.
Yeah. So, yeah, not only are we waiting for all these elevators, we're also waiting for the animals. Just a whole lot of waiting and trudging along.
Meanwhile, Adam made us go up here because he's hopeful that there are some, like, living humans left alive on the station, but spoiler alert, they all dead.
I don't think even Samus is human anymore at this point. She's got all sorts of DNA in her body.
Let's see if Bench is going to go for impossible strat here.
Oh. Very good. Hopefully we don't... Oh. Alright, good shine break as well.
Yep, solid shine break, making the way up to animals, and let's see what kind of animals we get. Not the worst animals I've ever seen. At least the animals do give us a very conveniently routed in missile expansion, so not a complete loss. And now Samus just doing a little bit of a think about how she's seen these things before. Ronald choosing to go for the intended strats in the impossible room. Makes it with enough time to get the Shine Spark up to the animals. Let's see if the animals choose to save him some time. I think that's the exact pattern that Bench got.
Yeah, that's about average, I'd say. At least none of the Edakuns ran past the door. That's like the worst thing.
Yeah, I have to imagine that there's just like a track inside that room, and the Edakuns are just like, I'll go for another lap.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd at least... It's like when you go to a restaurant and the server like walks past your table with someone else's food. That's how it feels to watch the Edakuns walk by. Like, I'd rather them at least not show up than show up and then not go out the door.
That's a very fair point. I never thought of it like that, but now I will not unsee it. Now, of course, Adam has to waste our time to tell us to go back to another navigation room where we can talk to him again. clean big room for bench, about to go pick up the power bombs. And this is where, in memory corruption, we decided we've had enough of fusion, and we use the power bombs to just blow up the entire rest of the game. But we're playing any percent today, so we're not going to be doing that.
Before anyone says memory corruption is any percent.
I mean, I too sometimes think it's 2019 still. And oh, hey, what's that little blue thing that just started following bench? I'm very confused. That almost looked like an ice beam, but I didn't see an SAX.
No canoe strat from bench. We'll see if Ronald does it. I don't know if Ronald's picked it up yet.
It's always interesting in tournament races to see just which different strats different runners use.
Definitely.
That hole in the ceiling in double yellows when you run back through just looks so weird.
Yeah. A little late for Ronald. Oh, no, that looks... Have we changed the way we do that room? I'm not used to that. It doesn't look right to me, but... Leave him out of the loop, I don't know. Because they both did that room the same way. In a way that I've never seen before. But...
Yeah, I'm not positive. To be honest, a lot of the strats I know are the old Herc tutorial strats.
I don't know, maybe it's a safe strat, laying the power bomb later, and then waiting to go down.
Meanwhile, chat has decided we're back in 2008 on this nice Justin TV stream where we watch a 7-year-old game. I guess at this point, runners would probably be getting about a 130 RTA.
Ugh.
Maybe closer to a 125 back then. I don't really know what the strats... No, it couldn't have been that high. Bench correctly choosing not to take the save at Samus's ship. It's always frustrating when you go a little bit too fast and you lose time to telling it to save.
When I do that, or when I go into the ship, I just don't even press the A button until I've pressed the right input.
Yeah, that chicken in the freezer, it looked like it might be a bit off. I don't think we should eat that.
You know, some people say that alligator is a delicacy in some parts of the world. But our alligator has wings and breathes fire, so I don't know. Maybe it's not an alligator.
I'm sure it's fine. Bench coming up to another of our favorite RNG bosses with the best boss theme in the game. Opening the fight by spamming missiles up at Yakuza, which is just at the top of the screen with its mouth wide open. If you jump up there, you can actually see it just awkwardly hanging out at the top of the room. And our runners try to make sure they get grabbed and try to go a little bit higher in the room to have Yakuza open up a little bit higher so that we have more time to get missiles in while it's open. 4-round for bench feels bad. Ooh, nice double. Another nice double. Bench making Yakuza Phase 2 look easy. Missing a double, but able to connect it. No sweet spot, but not punished too hard for it. Wall jumping has now been disabled. Looks like Ronald choosing to pick up reactor missiles. So if I'm seeing this right, it looks like they're both running 45 missiles and just doing a different set of missiles to pick up.
No, Ronald's running 50.
Okay, he just happened to be down exactly 5 missiles. I got scammed.
The funny thing about Yakuza is, if you were to place Samus where he spawns, he just like suddenly spawns in, just like because you're not supposed to see him, so he just pops into existence suddenly, which looks really funny.
Ron getting a 3-round. Ooh, getting trolled by Yakuza's movement patterns, though. This second phase, incredibly difficult to predict where it's going.
I believe it always space jumps towards Samus. But it is still very hard to hit, especially if you're not as experienced with the fight.
Yeah, when I was first learning the run, I definitely lost a lot of my early runs to that boss and to being too stubborn to take safeties.
Very clean movement in that room from Bench. You love to see the skid jump.
I feel like we could just copy and paste that commentary for most of the run. Just very clean movement in that room by Bench.
Definitely.
Also, it looks like we have a 50 missiles route enjoyer in chat.
Oh, is it Dark Spy?
It is Thunder.
Oh. See, when you say 50 missiles enjoyer, it's one of those two. They're the ones who put me on it. I am now a 50 enjoyer as well.
Yeah, I might have to do 50 missile strats once I start running the game again in 2028. Solid nettery for Bench, picking up the plasma beam. And getting the plasma beam, I love the game design to put all of these key hunters right after it just to show you how much more power your beam has now than when you just had wide beam.
Yeah, especially the line of key hunters to them. Oh, that's an interesting strat with the power bomb. I've never seen that.
Yeah, also a nice heads up play to freeze the key hunter, getting really weird positioning, having it very far to the left. Making sure not to get interrupted on the way out of the sector. And Ron just absolutely unloading on Nettery. The joy of the 50 missile strat being able to go to town, unloading all of that ordnance into a very high HP boss. Adam telling Bench, "Yo, what the heck's going on in Sector 5? Something's bad." Samus is like, "Oh no, I'm not letting anything other than myself blow up this station." Pretty sure that's how the text goes.
Luckily, we got no wind sparks this run or this race. Hopefully we get Nightmare Spark. Let's see if Bench he gets down there perfectly. I wonder if we'll see any space boosts this tournament.
We already have seen one.
Oh. Wonderful.
I will leave it to chat's imagination who picked up that space boost. It's okay. Ron probably has chat on, so I think we just need to bully Ron into going for Nightmare Space Boost.
You know... Oh, no beams.
Ooh, 0 beams for bench. Love to see it. I keep waiting for someone to pick up that E-Tank just for fun in the Nightmare room. I don't think anyone's gonna do it, but I want them to. Let's see if bench can get the optimal strat.
Very clean opener. I think he's setting up for the quick kill.
Ron also just opting for the spark. Very satisfying shine spark. On bench, just not quite enough missiles through, getting Nightmare back into position. And it's honestly a testament to how much this game has been getting developed that the Nightmare fight we just saw out of bench is no longer considered an extremely clean, fast fight. Just with the additional tech people have been getting with mashing missiles into the second phase. Very clean drop down into lower sector 4 from bench. As we've got Nightmare coming up on Ron's side. Let's see if Ron is able to get the one round here. Looks like letting Nightmare drift just a little bit to the left. Looks like a good mash, but I think he's going to be a few missiles short here.
I don't know why he's charging a beam, but... might just be muscle memory.
Yeah, I think he knew he was short enough on the number of hits that he was going to need to anchor Nightmare and start mashing and just wanting to unload a plasma beam. Since he'd be pressing R at that point anyway.
Nice freeze on the Eber.
Yeah, extremely clean movement here from bench. Nice power bomb to get the Hermit Crabs to stop sonic booming at us for a second. Still getting trolled by one though, but bench paying it no mind and just moving on.
Fortunately, we're not on English, so we can't see any crab clips. Also, I don't know if anyone's paid mention to it, but Ronald's in the best named room in the game, Cheddar Bay.
Gonna have to disagree with you on that. I am a known Cheddar Bay non-enjoyer. Although for any rando players, that room is definitely one that can show off whenever you have a randomized palette and you get some very unfortunate colors for that ocean. Benchjuice picking up diffusion missiles. Now going to be on the way out of Sector 4 and very much coming up toward the late game.
I think diffusion missiles, we can all universally agree, are a downgrade, though. Because now doubles are actually hard to hit.
Yeah, I'll give you that because I've started to get better at ice doubles.
Not that
The
regular
fusion
doubles
missiles
aren't.
could. Oh yeah, the fusion missiles could enable so much good tech if they weren't so late in the game. But definitely an underused upgrade in this game that I'm not entirely sure why they gave it to us. I suspect there were intentions of using it a little bit more.
Fusion has a surprising amount of unused content. So maybe.
Tryhard in chat asking me if 3 rooms wasn't enough for me, and I was hoping for at least 5. Oh, those puffer patterns just absolutely trolling bench, having to shoot quite a few missiles to try to freeze them and get them out of the way.
Oh, very clean entry from bench.
Do you think we'll see either of these runners get any doubles on the wave core?
Absolutely not. I don't know if bench goes for them, and I know for a fact Ronald doesn't.
Yeah, we've had recent developments in this boss fight that let us get Xbox down in just one hop. Extremely difficult to do.
Oh.
But bench very clean and only needing one more missile on that second phase.
Very clean
Nice
fight.
sweet spot.
Yeah, extremely. Very clean. But the wave doubles are easily the hardest doubles in this game by a significant margin.
It's still kind of baffling to me that they're even something that people go for and aren't just the meme they used to be of, oh yeah, go for wave doubles, they're technically possible. Do you
Even
think
though
any entry is allowed without authorization?
No.
Thank you for clarifying that for me.
But we go in here because the game doesn't let us progress if we don't. There's no other option, unfortunately.
Let's go, bench lining up the Metroids for us.
Me when I lose 3 frames because of a meme.
It's okay, I think with the lead the bench has, I think he can spare 3 frames. Also, what's the point in a speedrun if you're not going for swag?
True. Swag is more important than speed. Good fight from
Ron
Ronald,
also with
too.
a pretty clean Xbox fight.
Unfortunately, no double attempts. Very sad. I say that like I go for doubles. Here's our final close-up of Samus showing off her Wildberry Pop-Tart suit.
Definitely glad she got all of the mustard cleaned off of that.
Yeah, mustard's a notoriously hard stain to get out.
Bench electing not to pick up the Turian missile, or Turian E-tank rather.
I'm sure not having 6 E-tanks will definitely come back to bite him.
Ron also lining up the Metroids for us. Let's go.
Nope.
Bench
backup from
controlled a
Bench.
little bit by the gold pirates. Nice, solid backup though.
That's about as fast as you want that door to be.
Forgot to say volume warning here as Rodney is a screamin'. Definitely don't think you should eat that chicken.
No.
I don't know what's wrong with it, but something is wrong with it. 2 doubles there. Missing out on the triple double, but nice sweet spot from Bench. Very clean on the core. Solid Ridley fight as well. Are we going to get a high five here? I think we are.
I think we, yeah. Looks about...
High five between the ladders. You'll love to see it here. I guess Ronald probably a little less excited to see it going in the less ideal direction. And these gold pirates are just not playing nice for our runners today.
No. Yeah, I mean, they're not super hard, but they can be a little finicky sometimes. Alright, no Ridley beams today.
I still love how the game is coded to check for, say, oh, if Samus is facing the same direction as the pirate, she must be behind them. Also, yeah, where are these 0 beams on PB pace runs?
Nowhere to be
Fusion,
seen.
the runners demand answers.
Ronald struggling a little bit to kill Ridley, but we're not dead. That's always good.
Yeah, I do find that dying is slow. Nice double for Ronald. Now Bench onto a million text boxes. Jeff pointing out that this appears to be a race between a sentient PS2 controller and the concept of Metroid Fusion Any Percent. I don't even want to think about what is implied by Metroid Fusion Any Percent running Metroid Fusion Any Percent. Meanwhile, Bench still talking at him.
Ronald just lost a frame in that room. So sad. You want to freeze that crab so it pushes Samus through it and it saves you a frame. Freest 1 frame time save of all time.
Those frames are important. Also, it looks like Bench has trouble with a moth on his screen. Maybe it was attracted to the screen by the light from all of the power bombs. Clean climb from bench, going up into the SAX room. Let's see what kind of fight we get here. Opting for the diffusion opener strat. You'll love to see it. 4-shot, as we all know, is in fact a myth. Onto the most cursed Hornode in the game. Not sure if that 3rd shot was necessary.
Nope. Pretty much perfect fight.
I got juked there. I thought a couple of those doubles missed.
I thought the second one missed. I didn't quite see it. But
It's one of my least favorite parts about the diffusion missiles, that so many particles make it hard to tell if a double actually happens sometimes. With that, the propulsion sequence has been activated. And we are getting yet another high five through the door.
no low height, unfortunately.
No, but we did get high height.
Yeah.
Will we see bench go for pogo? I don't think so, but
No.
a girl can dream. Run onto the sax fight. Ooh, getting trolled by a shot here, switching to the horizontal shot, still taking it out in 5 for the first phase. Getting the Hornode in a little weird of a position here, but clean onto the ice core. Get your GGs in chat, as bench has gotten through the Omega Metroid and will be winning this race with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 10 seconds. Ron, very clean ice core. Low 113, a fantastic time, especially in a race setting.
Definitely. Ronald showing us the speed strat in that room. In my opinion, the objectively worst strat, but
it's fun, you know. Sometimes you
it's
just gotta
fun.
have some fun.
Definitely. What's the point if you're not having fun?
And actually, looking at speedrun.com, bench less than a minute behind PB in this run. And Ron, if you're listening, go for pogo, you coward.
I don't know if you can go for pogo without getting low height.
You can. It's very difficult. I've never done it, but I have seen it done. And there's Ron, finishing with a 1:15.17. Still a very nice time for a race. Get some more GGs in chat for Ron. And let's go ahead and see if we can get our runners in here for an interview. I guess it helps if we actually tell the system that they have finished. Looks like Ron was able to get 2 golds here.
I always love to see golds.
Aw, happy to hear that, Bench. Let me see if I can get some invites out here.
It looks like we're getting Ronald in for an interview.
Yeah, and if Bench still needs an invite, I dropped the link into the inertia room for this race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seemed like that was a lot with how the RNG was going too. It seemed like both of you had really rough RNG early that started to even out toward the later stages of the run. I think we have someone in chat who might prefer to forget about Charge Core at the moment. Also, chat, feel free to drop your questions in here for Bench will answer in chat, or for us to ask Ronald, who we are now being joined by. Ron, GG.
Yeah, GG's. It was an up and down run, but still decent.
Mm-hmm. Very solid.
Really happy with my Xbox fight. That was pretty sick.
Which segments did you gold?
Plasma and Wave. Golded Wave by 2 seconds. So,
yeah, your
nice.
fight
that was a really clean fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy with that. But then, like, my Sector 3 was, like, horrible. The emergency and then like leaving emergency. So, up and down, I'll say.
Yeah.
And I had really good RNG in the beginning too, but then later on it kind of evened out.
Yeah, races are always so surprisingly or tournament races specifically are always so surprisingly stressful.
Yep.
You always end it, yeah, and then everything's so up and down. You have really good segments, or you have just terrible segments because you're so stressed out.
I wasn't really worried too much about this one because I was I figured I'd lose unless Bench died. So I wasn't really nervous per se. But yeah, I woke up from a nap because I cut grass earlier. So I took a nap, and I don't think it helped me because I was groggy, making mistakes that I normally wouldn't make. Woke up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
20 minutes before the race started. But it's still fun. Still a lot of fun.
Definitely. I enjoyed commentating your race as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Definitely,
thanks
yeah,
you guys for
definitely.
commentating.
Definitely a fun race to watch. I think
Bench in chat mentioning that he had to go for 5 E-tanks because he died to Ridley in a run earlier today with 3, so choosing to pick up a little bit of safety here. But also a nice benefit of being able to do the SAX skip as well.
That's what I was just about to say. I tabbed in and I noticed he was at 99 health, and I was like, that's really weird. And then I looked at his E-tanks and I was like, oh, he must have went for Hondo Sack Skip, which is essentially free. So he must have
because y'all were basically synced going into that, and then that was able to sort of be the beginning of Bench pulling ahead.
Yeah, my RNG was pretty cracked on the first 3 doors where, as I said in chat, if I didn't miss that double on the charge Ghidorah, it would be probably my best charge time ever. But I did, so I got 2 beams. But still, I still got a 0 beam with not that many jumps. I wasn't really counting, but I remember I got 0 on the first 2, I think. So it was it had to be, maximum 6 jumps or 7 jumps. So I guess that's good that I got that, so the race looked tighter than it was in the beginning.
Yeah, I forget which one of you got 5 jumps and which one of you got 6, but you both were above average, or faster than average with the RNG in that fight.
Oh, nice. Nice, he got good RNG too.
Yeah, Ronald got 6 jumps, I believe.
But after that, I had a few, I wouldn't say bad splits, but on Cirrus, I had a troll pattern, so it kind of slowed down the fight a little bit, because I was just playing it safe.
Yeah.
And
at least we didn't.
I only got 1 double on that core, which is that never happens. But good job you on that.
At least
Speaking of Ferris, also, I do want to just give one more shout out to Bench with that absolute snipe in the middle as Saris was coming back to get through the fight even faster.
At least we didn't fall.
I think Barry did something similar. Yesterday.
Yeah. No 3 rounds.
No either. 3 rounds. Oh. I think I like what you said. I think I know what benchjuice did. I'm gonna have to watch it back though, and that's pretty crazy that he got that. But yeah, I think that's about it. Summer Best is slowly going down. It's 112.47, so it's slowly getting there. Just gotta
what we love to see.
Better. Yeah, gotta practice and learn better, faster strats for certain rooms. They only save frames, but they add up.
Certainly. Yeah, we were talking about that during the run, how there's so many different strats in all these rooms that save so little time on their own, but it adds up so quickly.
Mm-hmm. You probably saw that with Bench. He goes for probably the fastest strats in every room, so you saw that he probably was doing. He wouldn't save much time, but it definitely added up throughout the run.
I feel like Bench is more of a consistent player. He will he doesn't go for necessarily the fastest strats you can go for, but he's very, very consistent. At the strats he does go for.
For his time, though, that's pretty sick.
Oh, yeah,
he's
definitely.
like a top 5, top 6.
Yeah, I mean, the
player.
consistency to finish within a minute of PB in a race setting, especially when there was a little bit of trolling with RNG early in the run, like, that is absolutely some consistency right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I got what I was plus 46 compared to PB, so it's alright, I guess. I would say RNG would be above average. I wasn't even counting beams. I wasn't really paying attention, but it probably somewhere around 10, maybe a little bit less than 10. Which is good. Yeah, that's what you want. Even with the 3 beam 2 round. Yakuza. I got trolled by the trash too. Like it kept just appearing right in front of my missile on the Yakuza fight. It was pretty annoying.
I've doubled the trash more times than I care to admit.
Nice. I think that's it though. As far as my race, I'll be down in the losers bracket, but I'll fight my way back, or I'll try to at least.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, bench. I think he'll be playing Monkey or Schmade or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know who are you going up against next.
In the losers bracket,
yeah,
Greggy. I already messaged Greggy a couple days ago because I assumed I'd lose.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we can get. Hopefully with the losers bracket we can get those races done as quickly as we can, so the winners bracket doesn't have to wait for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. The last thing that you want to see in a tournament is just letting people up in the winners bracket kind of get rusty from not having games for a while, but we certainly love having the double elimination this year because that means more fusion, and I think everyone in chat can agree that more fusion is more good.
Definitely. And also like closer races for like not necessarily like the top runners, but the runners in the like 10th place to like 30th place can still have some like close races, which is always great with the double elimination. Or it's not just the top runners that are doing the close races. Think it's Thunder? Okay. That'll be a good one. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some food. I am hungry. But yeah, thanks for commentating, guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, thanks for the race.
Yeah, GG's to both of you once again. Also, follow Ronald on Twitch and follow Bench on Twitch. I don't know if Bench streams, but I know Ronald streams. Definitely follow him.
Appreciate that. And follow these commentators as well.
Yeah, anyway, Ron, enjoy your food. Bench, enjoy your bed. And chat, enjoy your whatever you have going on this evening. But that is going to do it for yet another race in the Metroid Fusion Any Tournament. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you next mission.
Bye.
Bye.